What's going on, believers? Floki Vikings, around here and around here, I had so many people that were sending me messages that were saying things like, well, is Floki going to do anything? And what did I say? I came to this video and I said, hey guys, don't worry about it, because guess what? It's February. Floki is going to start flying in Flokuary because there are catalysts, there are things happening. It's continuing to build. There's momentum. And you know what you said? You said, okay, man, if you say so. And you know what? If you had done what I said when I said you should do it, then you are sitting back right now, looking at your bag, smiling, because you're up at least from here, 67% right now. But you were up 100% at one point. So I got to ask you, do you believe in Floki now? Because you better. This is not financial advice, but I'm always right. All right, believers, if you're not a member, join my membership channel. It's $4.99 a month. I release a video a day or a video every other day where I make some calls and we look at some of the tokens that I think are going to move in short order. If you want to be ahead of the game, then follow me, and that's how you get there. $4.99 a month. Don't FOMO. All right, guys, let's look at those numbers I was talking about. Floki is trading at $55.91 today. This channel right here on February 2nd, when we were trading around 3,500, and then there was a little cascade to that downside because everybody's looking for that little bit of information to find out what's going on as the Dow transitions over, waiting for the centralized exchanges to make their moves, waiting for all of these things to happen. And then we get right here in this 29 and 3,000 range. And what am I doing? I'm making YouTube videos, and I'm telling you, okay, this is the moment that you should be buying, guys, because you're never going to see a price like this again. This is that moment for you. So if you got in where you fit in at one of these spots right here, then what happened? You proceeded to get this cascade to the upside as the momentum started to build because Valhalla was coming. Then you saw this sideways action right here because there was that accumulation period and the channel started to tighten. And I told you, when the channel starts to tighten, it's going to go either down or it's going to go up. It's going to do one of two things, obviously, but when that channel tightens, it usually lends itself to Floki going up. Then what happened? We had a little cascade to the downside. I, for about 3 hours, looked like a moron because I'm not calling it right. And then guess what? Guess what? Then it starts to fly. And we go from this accumulation at 42, which already put you, by the way, if you were following me, already put you up 30 at least percent. And then that cascade goes up. And then you reach a little bit of accumulation at the 5,000 level, which means what? You're up 60% at that point, or around 60% at that point. And then it cascades all the way up to 63. Then it accumulates at around 6,000. So you guys have now doubled your investment. If you took your profit, great. If you didn't take your profit, that's on you, buddy. But the cascade goes back down because that's how it works. This is the chart. Now we're in this accumulation pattern. But look at this. This accumulation pattern is moving towards the upside every single time. Why? Because the enthusiasm is there. Why? Because the whales are accumulating. And what are they accumulating? Oh my God, they're accumulating. Floki. There's things you can look up on Twitter right now that will tell you that Floki is now one of the top whale targets on a lot of different platforms. Floki is now a DAO. Floki has Valhalla. If you've seen Valhalla, the previews, it looks phenomenal. And it's a PvP combat game. Did I mention that? That's going to be awesome. So guys, things are happening to the positive for Floki. These charts are showing you that it's happening. Don't be afraid of success. Moving on. All right, guys, if you're not a whale, do you know what the difference between you and a whale is? The whale doesn't flinch. What happens is he hears something like, I don't know, like me saying at 3,000, you're not going to see prices like this for very long. Or at 2,900, guys, I'm telling you, this is the last moment. You're not going to see prices like this for very long. And he accumulates and he gets in where he fits in and he puts 20 or 30 or 40 or $50,000 to throw at something just to see what happens. And then what happens? What happens is this right here. It moves up and it moves up and it moves up. And then what does he do? Then he takes his profit right here because he's doubled his money, and his 10,000 is now 20, or his 30,000 is now 60, or his 50,000 is now 100,000. And he took that portion out because that's his profit, and he's still leaving 50,000 in. and he's just waiting for that next leg up. Now, that's the difference between a whale and those of us that are not whales. It's a very simple process. Look for the things that you know to be true. Look for Floki is never going to have down moments like that. And in the rare instance or circumstance that it has that downward sort of motion and it starts to move sideways, that's because it's headed back up. And if you don't make your play at that time, then you miss out. And I don't want anybody to miss out. So guys, pay attention to your charts. Look at where your things are going. Look at the catalysts that are involved. Look at the sentiment. It's all positive. It's all great with Floki. I don't want you to miss out on life-changing money. Floki will have a $5 billion market cap in very short order. This market is going to get sent. When this market gets sent, Floki is going to be along for the ride. This was not financial advice, but I'm always right.
I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world. I want to be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to go.